Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 7th to the 13th of October 2019. We've got lots of small changes going on this week, but an underlying factor that's been really prevalent over the last few weeks has been the fact that Pluto has been stationary. So Pluto's changing from retrograde to direct, and that happened very recently, but we won't see any massive changes as this is a very slow mover. So Pluto is in Capricorn, and this has been a very, very deep aspect, taking us to our roots. Anything that's undermining us has had to go. Any external attachments, facing our deepest fears. It's almost like we're going into a cave for a self-volunteered initiation process, and now we're about to come out of that cave, having been stripped back to our core and really faced and got rid of a lot of the drudgery, fear, limitation that's built up over time like sediment. So I've had a real clearing since the end of April, and April's really a significant time to look back to because Saturn also went retrograde earlier on in April. So we've had from April to September, October on a real journey inwards, a retrograde voyage of our own to let go of excess weight, to slim down, trim back, and then with Saturn to really align with our core and rebuild from the inside out. So Pluto's recently gone direct, and we are going to start to see some forward motion, which will be more appropriate, because had we kept moving forwards from April, we'd have been reaching goals that weren't really right for us. We'd have been off target or carrying on the same behaviour patterns. So if you felt that this summer has been very difficult, very challenging, then that's probably one of the main reasons why. But with Pluto going direct and Saturn going direct now, just always come from your core, always come from the real truth deep within, and make sure that any of your goals are something that you're passionate about, something that's big enough for you, because at the same time Jupiter's been expanding us into the space that we've cleared so that we can be more majestic and amplify from our centre. So really, really deep summer, but we're coming out of that now into the autumn. And if you've not been focusing on this, then maybe take some time to have a look at who you are at core, at what your visions and dreams were, or what you were pushing towards in April, how that's changed over the summer, and now what's really meaningful to you, and what are you setting your goals and sights on. So as Pluto slowly goes forwards, there's a sense of relief and lightness now with all that we've let go of, and a sense of building towards something worthwhile. So for this week, we start the week with Mercury opposite Uranus. Mercury is the processing mind and Uranus is the higher mind. So most days our processing mind is running the show. But how often do we stop and tune into the higher mind? We can tune into higher thought forms once we're aware that we're thinking. We can observe our thoughts and raise our frequency to higher thoughts. So on Monday, great activity there will be to stop and to tune into your higher mind. Be on the lookout for fantastic flashes of visions, wild thoughts, the sense of excitement and rebellion when Uranus enters the show. So instead of the chattering mind, what's constantly going across your screen, then observe those thoughts and see where you can actually raise your frequency. What's the bigger picture? Maybe a bit of rebellion. Is that true? Challenge some of your repetitive thoughts and beliefs. At the same time, we have the Sun square Saturn. This is an awkward aspect, but very short-lived. The Sun in Libra wants to create and grow very gracefully, dance through the space. Very appropriate for the time of Libra. But Saturn in Capricorn, although direct, stripped us back to the bare bones since April, like I say. But maybe now we can expand from the centre, can create with flair and harmony. So very creative month usually anyway, but with these aspects going on as well. Where are we creating from? What does it mean? What results do we want to get? Saturn's very much aligned to the harvest cycle. So what do you want to reap? And therefore start to sow the seeds for that. On Wednesday, Venus moves into Scorpio. So this is a very different climate altogether. Scorpio requires intimacy and passion, to get deeply into our connection with ourselves and others, to look under the surface, to clear up any negativity, any shadow that's going on inside. And Venus really values this mission. So if your work-life balance has been out of sync over the summer, and you have been able to clear up some of the psychologies, lighten up, loosen up, then maybe this is going to be a time for our private life to come back into balance and reflect back to us the changes we've made in ourselves. We attract to us according to who we are. So I feel that relationships and deeper intimacy with others will be improved with the removal of negative psychological stories and with the space to be more alchemical, to rise up, rise the frequency and get rid of some of the fears so that we can actually connect with ourselves and with others on a deeper level. By Thursday, Mercury squares the Moon, a very short-lived aspect, but interesting nonetheless. And this one calls us to dream, to see the magic in every moment, and then command the dream forwards. So to be the spark that ignites your excitement, create energy for your future that's light and bright. So sparky and dreamy at the same time. Can you harness that spark, and can you dream into the future and actually start to feel what it is that you'd like to create and be living? By Friday we've got Venus opposite Uranus, and this is a chance for us to reassess and review. It's a very loving energy, it's higher love, because Uranus doesn't tolerate toxicity and dependency. Uranus requires freedom. So where Venus can be a little bit romantic and caught up in the story, Uranus won't take any of that. So now that we've freed ourselves up from the fears, the obsessions, the possessions, the projections, the psychologies, limitations over the summer, focus on the heart and freedom on Friday. What's it like to actually engage with ourselves and others on a soul flow level, allowing us to be our true self, allowing others to be their true selves, and not having the framework that we try and fit relationships into, which can then squash and limit them. But just soul flow. What's it like to just flow with others and trust that whatever your frequency is will be modulating back to you, whatever it is that you've next to experience or to learn from. So very interesting there. Venus opposite Uranus. Liberating our relationships, raising the frequency of the heart, and teaching us how to live and come from a much more elevated plane. But the whole week builds up to the full moon in Aries on the 13th, on Sunday. And again, this is a retrospective back to April, because we had the new moon in Aries in April. So all those intentions that we set, we didn't know what the summer was going to bring. We didn't realise just how deep an introspective journey would be taken on with Saturn and Pluto retrograde. But now we're older and wiser, hopefully. We can see that we've been on a journey back to the core of our soul, of our being. So our wishes and desires are now centred from the core space, and we can begin to grow from here in a way that's never been possible before. So we're stronger, we're mightier, can tap into our warrior spirit with the Aries full moon. But just have a reflection there. People talk as if something's gone wrong, or this was a terrible summer, that kind of thing. But was it really wrong? Or was it a journey that you actually subconsciously wanted to take and have massively benefited from? So garner some of our old worries and belittling doubts, and set ourselves to stun and put our heart into pursuits that are truly worthy of our new empowered self. So really light at the end of the tunnel here. We're coming out of a long journey. We've been fine-tuned with all of the planets and their movements over the summer. But the two big retrogrades are finished now. And to realise just how much you've learnt, just think back to April, where you were at then, how different you are now. Because sometimes it's just good to stop and reflect on a full moon. Give yourself the credit, reap the rewards, bring things to a close, and then get ready fresh to set forwards into a bright new future. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I do offer readings and empowerment coaching, which are multiple sessions to explore deeper, and that's available in London or online across the world. And I'm also offering some body work now. I'm a qualified personal trainer, and I really feel that it's time now to let go of everything through the body that we've picked up, that we're holding in our cells. So a lot of soul astrology is working on the spiritual level, deconditioning the emotional level, deprogramming on the mental level. And as we've done lots of that over the summer, I feel that our bodies are ready to let go and release some of the stored emotion, some of the negativity, some of the weight that we've been carrying. So just to let you know, I am available in London, either at my place or I can come to you for one-to-one bodywork sessions, customised to your chart, and can include herbal rescue remedies and drum journeys as well. So a really holistic offering there. So if you'd like to follow along by day, I post on Facebook, AstroZo, Instagram, Zoe Hines 7. This video is on Zoe Astro on YouTube, where there are lots of other videos archived as well. And my email is zoehines7@gmail.com if you'd like to contact me for a one-to-one. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.